Best quarterback in the UFL? Welcome back to Defending Football. Thank you so much for watching. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 quarterbacks in the United Football League. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight into it. Number 10, Brandon Silvers. Now I know what you're saying. He played at a very high level last year with the Roughnecks. And I guess he does deserve to be a little bit higher on this list. But considering he is a backup in St. Louis and he's most likely not going to touch the field, I would consider him underrated. But we're going to keep him at number 10. He started off very hot with the Roughnecks, but I know he did get injured and ended up not really finishing the season well, getting a little older. So just because of that, we're going to keep him at 10, but I do like the guy. Number 9 is Setet. He only played a little bit for the Brahmas last year, but looked pretty good, but he did get injured. Pretty much it is a lack of sample size for me. I need to see more from Setet. If he comes out week 1 slinging the rock, I'm going to move him up this list for me. But for right now, it's honestly just a lack of reps, so that's the reason he is at number 9. Similar story for number 8, E.J. Perry. E.J. Perry joined the Panthers very late in the USFL season last year, ended up playing a few games and looking very good, but the problem is he only played a few games. Obviously there is this weird thing, and we saw it in the NFL this year, where when other teams are not prepared for a specific quarterback, that quarterback ends up playing very well, and then 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, they fall off a cliff, and we saw that with backups all year last year in the NFL. And I think that might be what we're seeing with E.J. Perry. So he's going to have to prove to me that he can be a rock-solid starter in the UFL. So until he does that, he's going to be at number 8. Number 7 is Quinton Dormady. I honestly really like Quinton Dormady, but I couldn't justify putting him over the other guys in this list. I believe that the Guardians were absolute garbage, and he maximized what he could on the offensive side of the ball. They were losing a lot of games by giving up way too many points. But he does need to fix his turnover problem. I believe that if he puts it all together this year, he could have a great year and a breakout season. So definitely rooting for him, but we're going to keep him at number 7 for now. Number 6, Stallions fans might be a little mad, but it's Jamar Smith. He looked pretty good in Season 1 of the USFL. Brought them to the championship game, but he didn't close it out because of an injury. I believe it was like a hand injury, a thumb or something like that. But Magoo obviously took over last year for the Stallions, so he hasn't really played in a year. So the injury combined with him not playing in a while, he might be a little rusty coming out the gate. But I think there are quarterbacks better than Jamar. But he's right in that mid-tier right there, so we're throwing him at number 6. Number 5, trusty, old, dependable quarterback, Luis Perez. No matter how low I want to put him, he's probably going to outperform my ranking. Luis Perez has been everywhere. He's picked up pretty much every system he's been in, and he somehow finds a way to start. He's like Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's crazy. But he did beat my defenders in the championship last year, but I just can't justify putting him over the other 4 quarterbacks on this list. Their pure athleticism and ability is just so good, but Luis Perez somehow sticks around, and this guy cannot die. Number 4, we have Matt Carell, new addition, recently played for the Panthers, but didn't really get a good shot, and the Panthers are obviously a dumpster fire. Seeing him in the UFL is going to be very interesting because we haven't really seen him play in the Spring Football League yet. We have seen NFL caliber players play very well in the UFL or very poorly in the UFL, so this is very much a shot in the dark. People are giving him a lot of hype, but I don't think he's the best quarterback in the league or anything like that. So we're going to throw him at number 4 and just test the waters, see how it goes. Number 3, let him cook. It's Case Cookus, guys. Case Cookus is one of my favorite quarterbacks in the UFL. He has a great arm and great mobility in the pocket, a great personality as well. His offensive line gave him no favors last year, so if they can bolster this line in Memphis this year, he might have a crazy good season. I'm just hoping there is no fall off with the talent pools meshing together. Case Cookus is looking to be one of the best quarterbacks in the UFL, and I'm really hoping he will be, because we need someone to take down the Stallions, and it's got to be them, right? At number 2, my Defenders quarterback, Jordan Taamu. Jordan Taamu is an outstanding athlete. I don't know how he does it. He makes it look so smooth. Obviously, one of my players in the UFL. Even in 2020, he played for the Battlehawks, and I still loved him then. He obviously played in the USFL and the XFL, which means he's pretty much battle-tested for both leagues. I don't know if there's any way that this guy would drop out of the top 3 quarterbacks for this league. I mean, he won Player of the Year in the XFL last year. The scheme that the Defenders run make it very easy for him to play loose, and as long as he doesn't turn the ball over, the Defenders will always have a shot in every single game. And then moving on to number 1, yes, Battlehawks fans, calm down. It's A.J. McCarron. A.J. McCarron is obviously a dog. He was obviously a champion at Alabama, also a family man and a great story. requesting to leave the Bengals to play in the UFL. Obviously, you see how much this means to him. His stats were absolutely ridiculous last year, and he didn't even play all 10 games. He missed one. 24 touchdowns is ridiculous. Honestly, I don't think it's an argument whatsoever that A.J. McCarron is the best quarterback in the UFL. But just because you have the best quarterback doesn't mean you'll make the playoffs, right? Battlehawks fans haven't really tasted playoffs yet, so. But obviously, he is an amazing quarterback, an amazing story, and you just can't dislike him as a guy. I mean, come on. So overall, that is my list for the top 10 quarterbacks in the UFL. Tell me where I'm wrong, tell me where I'm right, and tell me that you subscribe to this channel. So I'm going to get out of here, and for the love of football, defend football, baby!